Dude says, very glad the core 4 are gone. They were rather annoying. Tara was a decent character, but the rest were lame. Retchner looks like he could be Cotton's son. Oh my God, dude. You are so right. He definitely looks like he could be Cotton's son. I love that. What if he was Cotton's son? So I actually took that image and put the names on there so everybody knows. But yeah, that is your confirmed cast so far. You got Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox returning. McKenna Grace, I'm really excited about. I love her. I loved her in the Ghostbusters movies, the new ones. Even though I don't really care for the new movies, she is the best part of those movies. Isabel May, I'm not really familiar with her work. I've seen Asa Germain. I've seen him in other things for sure, and I've definitely seen Celeste O'Connor. She was in Madam Web. So I think you got a strong cast here that could make for a really fun movie. And I think it's good that they're getting people excited, releasing, casting information. And I'm not seeing as much Melissa Barrera drama posts as I used to. And I think they're marketing this team quite well, this movie quite well, right? I think they're playing it smart. If you go on X, there's so many like Scream 7 fan pages on there that you can follow. You just type in hashtag Scream 7 and they'll just, and that's where I found this image and I just added the names to it myself. But you can see the excitement out there, and I'm getting really excited now, I think, for Scream 7. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this movie. Neve Campbell has stated that she is the main character for the first time since Scream 4 in this movie. That's exciting to me. We all love Sydney, and it's nice to see her back. Do I think that Sam and Tara will eventually come back in the franchise? I'm 50-50 on it. If they never do, I wouldn't be surprised. There might be some like salted wounds out there, and anger, and Melissa Barrera might never come back. As time goes by, she might be like, screw it. Although I do think she has mentioned that in time she'd be open to coming back, but I think under a different regime, which I don't think that's ever going to change. Spyglass ain't letting go of this baby. Those movies make way too much money. So I think the only way that Sam can get back in here is if she has a sit down with the brass over at Spyglass, and they come to some, because I think it would be big. Like, this movie comes out, it's a big hit, it's a crowd pleaser. The next movie, Scream 8, comes out. Can you imagine if Sydney's in Scream 8 and then you bring back Sam and Tara? I don't know if Jenna Ortega would ever come back. I think she would if Melissa Barrera does. But I think that, everybody loves kind of a comeback story, people coming back together. And I think that's what would happen. I think people would there'd be a big smile on everybody's face, big kumbaya moment. Everybody's back together. Let's make a fun, and let's make Stu the killer. I'm telling you right now, that's what's going to happen in Scream 8. Stu's going to be the killer. Sam and Tara are going to be back. Sydney, there's no way they're killing off Sydney and Gale. They're staying for life, okay? Can they introduce some supernatural aspect and dig up Dewey and bring him back to life? Could that happen? And would we accept that? Would we get pissed off if they did that? I wouldn't, because I love Dewey. I think Dewey would be great if he came back. What do you guys think? Let me know. Yes, Erica. Yes. Bring Stu back. I don't know why people are so resistant about Stu not coming back. And it seems like the only reason is because they think he's dead in a genre that constantly brings killers back that should never have come back. And these aren't even supernatural killers. So I don't get the big hang up with he can't be alive. Yes, he can. Yes, in horror we can bring him back. It can happen. All right. So bring him back. I think that would be such a massive. Can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine? I've said this before. Even the naysayers, they're sitting in the theater. They're eating their popcorn. Third act happens. Out comes Ghostface. He takes his mask off. It's a scarred, bloody Stu. Here's the reaction that those naysayers, because they wouldn't be able to control it. Here is the I'm gonna act it out for you right now, okay? Here is the reaction from those naysayers that do not want Dewey to come back, okay? Dewey walks in, Ghostface takes off the mask, bloody, scarred face, all right? Holy shit! Yes! Yes! That's what they'll do. I guarantee you that's what they would do. And then they would stop themselves because they'd be like, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to like that. You know? But they'd be so overcome with emotion and joy that they would just freak out. I guarantee you it would be the biggest crowd pleaser ever. Now, it's up to the movie to make it worth it, you know, when that happens. But, man, I tell you, I would love it if Stu came back. It would give this franchise the swift kick in the balls that it needed, the final act balls. You know, Scream is a really fun franchise to talk about. Even if you like have problems with it, it is a really fun franchise to discuss. It is. Because there's just so much going on. There's so many avenues they can take, you know, more than any other franchise. You can go hog wild in Scream, you know? And I think maybe that's why they've not kicked the doors open as hard as they could have. You know, they give us some nice surprises here and there. And 6 did have some nice surprises. Like, I love that opening act. You know, when they had a reveal in the opening act of the movie, I was like, oh shit, here we go. That's the Scream I want, you know? So that's what I want more of, I guess. Scream 7's growing cast adds the Fabelman star in unknown role. And this guy, I didn't have him listed, but the ever-growing cast roster for Scream 7 continues to expand, this time with a Fabelman's star joining the long-running horror franchise, set to be directed by franchise creator Kevin Williamson. The next Scream movie is currently expected to arrive in theaters in February of 2026, featuring the return of franchise veteran Neve Campbell. Other confirmed Scream 7 cast members include Isabel May, Asa Germain, Celeste O'Connor, and McKenna Grace. Meanwhile, Patrick Dempsey has also been approached to return. He'll come back as Detective Mark Kincaid, but his involvement is yet to be confirmed. According to Deadline, the list of actors officially confirmed to be joining Scream 7 cast has now increased to include the Fabelman star Sam Rechner. As of yet, no details have emerged about which character Rechner may be playing, and the only confirmed role, aside from Campbell's Sidney Prescott, is one of her daughters, set to be played by May. I do like that they're bringing Sidney's daughters into this. What the latest casting means for Scream 7. The franchise's newest stars will have to make up for the missing Carpenter sisters. Originally intended to feature the return of Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega's Carpenter sisters, the plans for Scream 7 undertook a major shakeup in the wake of the former controversial firing. However, it's expected that the next Scream could potentially seek to make up for the loss of the Carpenter sisters by replacing them with Sidney's own children as the franchise's newest generation leads. Are you guys fine with that? Replacing the Carpenter sisters with Sidney's daughters? I guess it depends on how it all plays out, right? Our take on who Sam Rechner could play in Scream 7. I'm going to call it right now and say Sam Rechner will be the killer. What do you guys think? He just has the look of the killer, right? As a horror franchise that is synonymous with playing on established horror tropes and genre references, it is likely that both of Sidney's daughters, reaching a similar age to what she was during her first Ghostface experience, will be central to Scream 7's plot. As such, Williamson may also intend to introduce characters that are direct analogs to Skeet Ulrich's Billy Loomis and Matthew Lillard's Stu Macher. With this in mind, Rechner could be playing one of the school friends or even potential boyfriend of Sidney's daughter. And that relationship may be heavily impacted by her own past trauma. Yet, while Rechner and Germain could potentially find themselves playing Scream 7's new Billy and Stu, it would be far too predictable for them to repeat the past and be revealed as the new Ghostface killers as well. Instead, Williamson likely has another shocking twist planned. Though audiences will need to wait until early 2026 to discover exactly who will be the next one under Ghostface's iconic mask. Exciting stuff, guys. I think Retchner's going to be the killer, and I think both those will be the killer. But this is Kevin Williamson we're talking about. He still has that the writing juice. He did Sick, which I thought was really good. So he still has a way with the pen, and I think he's going to have some nice surprises for us in this movie. But yeah, man, it could just go so many different ways. I want to read what you guys are saying. Let's see. Hold on. Mickey says this franchise needs to end. As long as they make money, it's not going anywhere. And Scream has a phenomenal fan base. And I think I don't think Scream's fan base is as toxic as Halloween's fan base. Would you guys agree with that?